I think we're live. Unmute that, put that. Test. Okay, that's way louder than my voice. So, that's not where my terminal is. There we are. Just doing some little housekeeping. I forgot to do this beforehand. So today I'm going to try and fix a small bug in how Tailscale works on NixOS. If it'll let me see. Oh, that goes above my visual point of view. Perfect. So if I SSH into one of my home lab machines, see, so when you try to advertise subnet route, it looks to see that you have the correct kernel parameter set so that you can do subnet routing. In this case, it's for IP and IPv6 forwarding. The way that you query these parameters is via a tool called syscuttle. So if we look in here, we see that this is set to 1, which in kernel land means true. So we can see this is set, but it looks like it can't find syscuttle in the path. So what is the path for this unit? Let's take a look at systemcuddlecat. Oh hey, we found an environment equals path, so we can see all of this gunk. It looks like it's got OpenResolve, which is a tool to manage DNS config, core utils, find utils, grep. These are all pretty standard things to have in there. And systemd tools. I think this is a side effect of it being of how the unit is created in systemd, where it uses something in the systemd path. So this might actually just be the stuff that's in the systemd path by default. But either way, it looks like it's missing something. So if we go which sysctl, we can see that it's here. So we can figure out where it is in the Nix store with something like this. And it's in something called procps. And if we do a quick Nix search on procps, is that still going? Oh Lord, it is. And we can see it's utilities that give information about processes using proc. About what you'd expect. Under the hood, all the sysctl variables are visible in the proc file system. So if we go to IPv4, I can type 4 blindfolded. Can cat IP forward and it's 1. It's the same result as running this command. Yeah, the error is coming from Tailscale D. Good Lord. You know what? Let's see if we can get it to complain again and see if Tailscale D actually logs anything about this. Yes, you can. You just SSH'd it to there. Let's try. Okay, I'm gonna just get the IP address directly from my Tailscale menu because you're being a little annoying thing. The magic of DNS, eh? So let's go here and say oh, doesn't seem to be doing that. It's weird. I really should have probably pulled this before this stream. Let's see. Let me get another window into Numa, and let's see if we can look at that thing regardless. Let's see if we spot anything. Network devices, my devices, Numa. Paste that. Yes. Oh, I know why it's doing that. I am making a mistake. Yes, that is what I expect to see. Let me make a tmux session to make this a bit easier, and I'll just kill these two pings. Now this should be a lot faster. After I check out master, of course. if we go into NixOS, we can see that there's a modules folder. And in here is, where is it? Services. I think this is networking. CNC is a networking service. Today I learned. Security? No. Fine. Paths must proceed. Oh, I did it backwards. Find dot dash type D. Okay, programs. I'm just gonna search Nix packages on GitHub real quick. Oh, my GitHub session expired on my tower. Perfect. Modules services networking. Okay. Oh, it's tailscale.nix, not a dedicated file. Okay. So let's create a new branch for this. Call it tailscale sysctl not found. Open this file here. So, looking over this module is basically like the heart of how Tailscale works on NixOS. It declares a set of options, and those are mostly to customize Tailscales, if Tailscale is enabled or not, the port that Tailscale listens on for tunnel traffic, and which package expression to use for Tailscale. I change out the package expression when testing stuff locally at work. And it also, and based on those settings, it provides the Tailscale CLI in your path. It provides the service to systemd, and it sets some custom options. So for here, I believe what we're going to want to do is go packages.procps. It also sets the environment. I believe that init script will automatically pick that up. Let's check on the chat. Well, actually, does it have access to procfs? I know there's a couple weird systemd security isolation options, but when you, based on how it's adding the package to system, how it's adding the service to systemd, it's actually using the upstream Tailscale unit in command Tailscale D. Yeah, it's using the one here. And, go away. And in order to be compatible with the most Linux distros and their various versions of systemd, we can't really use any of those isolation features, so I'd be very surprised if that's what was causing that issue. So now that we have this change, let's see about testing it. Okay, so let's think about testing this for a sec. We're gonna need an actual computer box to test this on. So let's make a little VM for it with make VM. Let's wait for this to download the Go runtime and such. So what I'm doing here is I'm making a little NixOS VM, but I need to make sure it has this server's SSH key in there, otherwise we can't get into it. Oh, right. Clipboards aren't linked up in this setup. And then add capital U. Okay. Let's see what this does. What this is going to do is it's going to build an entirely new NixOS VM based around this little module right here. As you can see, I have a very secure password by default, but we shouldn't need to use that because we're going to be able to get in with our SSH key. Right now, MakeVM is making a NixOS base image, and then once it boots up, it's going to make a DHCP request, and we'll be able to see that down here so we know what to SSH into. Yeah. As I said, it's a very secure password. It's totally unhackable. Let's wait for Cosmic to boot, because apparently that's the name of this VM. I have my MakeVM tool has a giant list of names that I scraped from I think a couple data files out of a role-playing game, and all of the ponies on the My Little Pony Friendship is Magic fan wiki. So there are a lot of names. Okay, we are 131.126. Hey, we got something. Cool. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move this thing to... Actually, what is my NixOS config? Do I have one? No, I don't. Amazing. NixOS check. Oh. I don't have them in this minimal VM image, but that's okay because we're about to. Okay. Defaults to that. You know what? Now I'm thinking about this. Let's do this the easy way. Let's change our settings directly in here. So and what was the change that we made? Let's add Tailscale D to the path like that. And let's destroy that VM and undefine it so that it doesn't show up in the list anymore. I'll take care of its ZFS volume later. So now let's make a new one, and this one is apparently called Millie. It's going to take a moment for it to generate the new system image, but this little make VM tool that I have here is something that I really need to write about at some point, but it allows me to basically take a whole bunch of cloud-ready templates and throw them on my own hardware so that I can test basically any distro I need to. Currently NixOS takes the longest to spin up. Actually no. I think CentOS takes the longest to spin up because it has to download the image from the mirror, and the mirrors are really, really slow. But NixOS certainly prints the most output when I'm building a VM board. Also, hello to everyone that just tuned in. I'm doing some hacking. Okay, so one thing that this make VM tool does is that it uses ZFS Z volumes in order to store the VM disks. Z-vols are kind of like so ZFS is a file system that has some fancy features, including compression and being able to, and snapshots, and being able to replicate snapshots over the network. It also has the ability to use the file system storage as block storage, and they call that a Z volume. So that's what I'm using here. 2, 1. Okay. Tailscale is running, that's good. Advertise route, oh, right. It's not drag to copy like I have in Linux. Let's try advertising this route. Oh. Did I misspell advertise? Oh, advertise routes. Yep, that seemed to fix it. Cool. So let's submit this as a patch. So we're going to add this to our git staging area, and then we're going to git commit. Let me look up what the preferred commit logic is for this. Doc. Let's take a look at this and see what the patterns are. So it looks like people use the package name. This is NixOS /text driver. Okay, so NixOS /Tailscale, add how do you Control S? No. Control S. Oh wait, that's the other one. So Control S, square bracket, visual select, yank. Function without the sysctl command present, but it prints an error about it. This is that so now it's Control S, square bracket, no. Control S, colon. Let's see if this does it. Ah, perfect, good. So then I need to go get my phone. I have to two-factor auth to GitHub real quick. One sec. Actually, wait, I have a YubiKey here, and I can use that. Firefox. Oh, you are right there. That was unexpected. Okay. I'm gonna move that window out of the way. Move that out of the way. Move that out of the way. But yes, you go way out there. Oh. Cool. So I go up here. I am not gonna show the sign-in process. Of course, the security key failed. No, come back here. Fuck. Gotta move my face back. Hey, I'm back in the place. Great. So... Yes, iPhone, when you're wearing a VR headset, you don't really have the ability to use Face ID. Who would have guessed? Okay, I am finally logged into GitHub. Doing it very low resolution in VR is quite difficult. No, I don't want that. I want... No. Yes, I want to remove that thing. I was trying to get a window. I misread. Okay. Control Shift plus. There we go. sandboxing. This doesn't make sense to be tested on macOS. You can't currently test Tailscale with a NixOS test, I don't believe. Actually, with test control you might be able to, but you don't currently. It is not significant enough to warrant a release notes entry, I don't think. Oh, that's where contributing.md is. Let's see what that has to say. Oh, hey, I did do it right. I have two monitors. However, when you have things open in VR, it is slightly difficult to deal with. I don't know if there's an easy way for me to get a screenshot of what I'm seeing in VR right now. Oh, of course that doesn't fit. I am sorry. Let me fix that. I thought that OBS would just do the right thing and scaling. Fit to screen. Is that too small? Oh hey, I think I just got pinged on the NixOS channel in Libera chat about this. I did. Awesome. Well, I think that's it. We have fixed the bug, and we've learned about systemd. I think I'm gonna stop the stream for now. The goal has been accomplished, and everything is better than it was before. I'll see you all next time, and stay safe out there. Please get vaccinated.